with late game execution.
No, ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, I heard last night was a wild night in the NBA. I heard Jokic scored, was it 61, 62 points in the game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, which the game they was actually had on before I went to go play my own basketball. They was up and they was winning for most of the game, and I heard they blew the lead and Minnesota came back and won in 140-139 overtime. I was like, dang. Some reason Denver has trouble with Minnesota. But anyways, and then I heard Stephen Curry did something quite what he usually does, the usual, but he did something that moved him up in the standings in the process when it comes to all-time greats. And Ja Morant. But anyways, let's get into what Steph Curry did. So, last night's game against the Memphis Grizzlies. Stephen Curry, Stephen Curry, moves ahead of Jerry West on the all-time NBA list. On Tuesday evening, the Golden State Warriors played the Memphis Grizzlies. Stephen Curry had one of the best performances of his career. The 11-time NBA All-Star put up 45 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, 1 block while shooting 14 from 23 from the field in his first 27 minutes of play. He also made NBA history by moving ahead of Hall of Famer Jerry West in points, 25,192 for 25th on all-time scoring list. Following West, the next player for Curry to pass will be Indiana Pacers legend Reggie Miller, who's already passed in three-point shooting, at 25,279 points. Also, Curry will have a chance to break Klay Thompson's three-point record. He is currently 11 from 15 from three-point range. I think he also passed. He might have passed LeBron James in 50-point games, which was actually a surprise to me. But I think he did that also as well. Let me check to see if my facts are straight, 'cause that's what I saw somewhere headline last night, or earlier in the night, I should say, where I saw that at. But in all, Stephen Curry scored 52 points for the entire of the game. He scored 45 to pass Jerry West as well. Said the last time Stephen Curry and Golden State Warriors played Memphis, he was held without a field goal and the Warriors lost by 51 points. That was back in December. This time around, that's the irony of it. To the Memphis Grizzlies, then he come back and score 52 points against the Grizzlies in a 134-125 win. The victory does move Golden State past Memphis in the 5th place in the Western Conference. Golden State has won the season series 3-1, giving the Warriors a 2-game lead over the Grizzlies. It was Curry's 27th game with at least 10 made threes, by far most in the league. Former teammate Klay Thompson's second with 9. Curry's scoreline of 52 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists marks the first time a Golden State player hit those marks since Rick Barry, who scored 64 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists against the Portland Trailblazers on March 26, 1974. Curry on passing Jerry West, he said he got a little bit emotional about it. It was special in his memory what he has meant to our organization, the lead to the world of basketball. That's the logo. Yes. Stephen Curry has moved past LeBron James in most 50-point games. LeBron James has 14. Curry now has 15. He also passed Rick Barry 2 as well. And he's now currently tied with Stephen Curry, or not Stephen Curry, Damian Lillard with 50-point games. Still ahead of him. He can still probably break Elgin Baylor, who has 17. Will he break James Harden at 23? Maybe. Will he pass Kobe? Maybe. That's a big maybe. But I don't think he's passing Jordan at 31. And he's definitely not passing Wilt Chamberlain, who has 118 as well. Let's see here. That's it when it comes to the not Memphis Grizzlies, Golden State Warriors. Now, the Memphis Grizzlies, on the other hand, a team that has confused everybody in the last couple of days with them firing their head coach, supposedly, reportedly, allegedly. We don't know for sure that John Morant was the catalyst for their former coach's departure. Now, John Morant, we all know John Morant at one point in time had some troublings going on 2 seasons ago, particularly with the Roscoe. We don't call it on here. But last night he was acting like an idiot once again. The reason why I say he's acting like an idiot once again, because now he's going out there acting like he's really John Wick, acting like he's Tony Montana. So, in the second half of the game, Morant seemed to make a Roscoe gesture at the Golden State bench. To say that it was a bad move would be an understatement, of course, considering his history. It's now gone viral. Some of you probably have seen it. I guess Draymond Green tried to snitch on him. I guess Draymond Green was trying to mock him too. Now, like I said, it isn't that serious in the grand scheme of things, but coming from him, it's terrible. And also, at the same time, the Grizzlies lost. And then at 44-32, they're now the 6th seed and only a half a game behind. Wait, they're only a half game behind both the Minnesota Timberwolves and Los Angeles Clippers from falling into the play-in. That's what it says on here. The Grizzlies did not have a tiebreaker against the Clippers, but do own a tiebreaker over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Their next game is against the Miami Heat on Thursday. Yeah, this was not a good move by John Morant. We already know your history 2 seasons ago. He was suspended last season for 25 games because he was acting like a goofball. We all remember the viral moment in his car with his friend with the Roscoe. I think it was at some strip club in Denver, I think it was, when he was playing around with the Roscoe too, beating up kids, slapping kids, getting into it with people at Foot Locker, pointing red dots at the end of Indiana Pacers bus. It's not a good look for this guy, man. It's not a good look. But anyway, shout out to Stephen Curry, or Wardell Stephen Curry, for his remarkable performance against the Memphis Grizzlies, 52 points. And tell me what you guys think.